All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a really big one, James Clear's Atomic Habits. We're going to break down the powerful and honestly super simple ideas from this game-changing book. So, let's kick things off with a question that, let's be real, we've all asked ourselves a million times. Why is it so ridiculously hard to stick with new habits? You know the drill, right? You start a new routine, you're all in, you've got the best intentions, and then a few weeks later, poof, you're right back where you started. So what gives? Well, here's the first big insight from the book. If you're struggling to change, the problem probably isn't you. It's not about a lack of willpower. It's not that you're not motivated enough. Nope. The problem is your system, the actual process you're using to try and change. And that idea leads us straight to the core concept of the entire book. It's this one huge shift in thinking that honestly makes all the difference if you want to make a real, lasting change. Okay, let's break this down. Think about it like this. Goals are the what, the result you want. You know, I want to win a championship, or I want to write a novel. But systems are the how. They're the processes that get you there, the daily practice, the writing schedule, the whole shebang. So goals might give you a direction, but it's the systems that actually get you moving. And James Clear has this amazing quote that just hits the nail on the head. It's that you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. I mean, think about that. Having a big goal is fantastic, but it's your daily habits, your day in, day out processes, your system, that's going to decide where you end up. That system is what catches you when, inevitably, your motivation takes a nosedive. Okay, so how do we actually build these amazing systems? Well, the good news is it doesn't start with some huge, dramatic overhaul of your life. Now, it starts with something incredibly small. Just 1%. What if that was your only goal? Get just 1% better every single day. I know it sounds almost meaningless, right? So small, it's barely even there. But trust me, this is where all the magic is. See, on any given day, that 1% improvement is pretty much invisible. You won't feel it. But over time, the effect of those tiny gains it's just staggering. It's basically compound interest, but for your life. The results just snowball into something remarkable. And what's so great about this book is that it's not just a bunch of high-level theory. Nope. It gives us a super simple, super practical framework for actually building these systems of 1% improvements. And this whole framework is built on just 4 laws. Think of them as 4 simple little levers you can pull to basically engineer good habits and make them feel almost automatic. All right, law number 1, make it obvious. This is all about making the cue for your habit totally impossible to miss. So you want to read more? Easy. Put a book on your pillow. You want to drink more water? Leave a full water bottle on your desk first thing in the morning. The whole idea is to design your environment so the good choice is the easiest and most obvious one to make. Okay, next up, law 2, make it attractive. You've got to make the habit something you actually want to do. And a fantastic way to do this is a technique called temptation bundling. So here's how it works. You pair something you want to do with something you need to do. For example, you only let yourself listen to your favorite podcast while you're on the treadmill. Pretty soon, you actually start looking forward to your workout because it's tied to something you love. Law number 3, and this one is a real game changer, is make it easy. You have to lower the barrier to entry, reduce the friction. The fewer steps there are between you and doing the good habit, the more likely you are to actually do it. So you lay out your gym clothes the night before. You prep your healthy meals for the week on Sunday. You're making it as painless as possible to get started. And finally, law number 4, make it satisfying. Look, our brains are wired to repeat things that feel good. So the reward for your habit has to be immediate. It doesn't have to be big. It can be as simple as putting a big, satisfying check mark on your habit tracker. That little hit of dopamine tells your brain, hey, that felt good. Let's do that again tomorrow. Now, here's what makes this whole framework so brilliant. It's not just a one-way street for building good habits. You can flip the whole thing around and use it to break bad ones, too. It's actually really simple. To break a bad habit, you just invert every single law. You make it invisible, so hide the junk food where you can't see it. You make it unattractive. You make it difficult. And you make it unsatisfying. You're basically adding friction and taking away the reward. Okay, I get it. This all sounds fantastic, but where on earth do you even start? The idea of building a whole new system from scratch can feel kinda huge, a little overwhelming. The secret? It's called the 2-minute rule, and it is so simple. Whatever new habit you want to start, scale it down so it takes less than 2 minutes to do. The point right now isn't to achieve some amazing result. The only goal is to master the art of showing up. That's it. So instead of read every night, your new habit is read 1 page. Instead of do yoga 4 times a week, it's just roll out my yoga mat. I mean, how can you say no to that? It's almost too easy. The idea is to lock in the habit of starting. You make that automatic first, and then you can build on it later. And really, that brings us to the most important question, the big takeaway from all of this. For just a minute, forget about the giant, life-changing goals. Just ask yourself this one simple thing. What's one tiny, 1%, 2-minute change you can make today to start building a better system for yourself? Because that, right there, that's where it all begins.